and welcome to my Flosstube. I'm Sharon and this is Fun with Cross Stitch. Today is the 29th of October 2025 and this is Flosstube number 96. I'm back. The last Flosstube that I put up I think was on the 1st of October. So yeah, it's been a fair while. I've got some stitching done between the first and when we went on holidays. Not much, but I've more or less just worked on, I've worked on 4 whips. I've got 4 whips to show you. One of them I've worked on more so than the other because it's just easy to pick up while I was sorting out things, getting things ready for holidays. And when we got back, I didn't feel like stitching a lot. So I've just only had a couple of days of stitching, so I've just done it on that same project, which you will see my progress in a minute. I'd just like to welcome everybody back. Thank you if you have come back after this long wait. Thank you for popping on my video and to see what I have to show and just to sit there and listen to me waffle on, because no doubt I do. But yeah, and welcome any new subscribers that have popped along to see my channel. Thank you for clicking on play, really, and hopefully you subscribe. Now, it's been a trip. We had a good plane ride. As I said in my last video, we were going to Melbourne. Now, this was my first time to Melbourne. Never been to Melbourne before, and second time on a plane, but first time that I would remember. The first time I was on a plane was when I was 2 years old and I come over from England to Australia. So I don't remember that one and I haven't been on a plane since. So it was a bit daunting. Didn't know how I was going to go, but it was great. It was a great flight. The planes are a lot smaller than I thought on the inside. I'm big on the outside, but very small on the inside, very compact. We got the seats over the wing because that gives you more leg room, and was no point. It was a 2-hour flight, so you don't want to be scrunched up, especially in the legs, because otherwise they get fidgety. So we got the over the wing seat so we could spread our legs out. But yeah, that was good. So I'm going to put photos in, but I'm going to put them at the end, and that way if you're not interested in all the photos, that's fine. So I'll put them all at the end. But it was a good flight. Takeoff was a bit like going up a roller coaster. I didn't know whether my stomach would be able to handle it, or I didn't know what to expect really, but it wasn't too bad. Bit of turbulence up when you're going through the clouds, and then coming down, you sort of come down, bump, come down, bump. So it was fine and a pretty good landing. He done well for a pilot, which you would hope so anyway. But that was good. So when we got to Melbourne, we got picked up by like a ride share person that we'd already organised to take us to our motel. We done that. We had a great week up there. We went to the Great Ocean Road, seen the 12 Apostles. Yeah, it's just a great view along that. We took a tour bus so that we didn't have to drive. Wasn't going to hire a car or nothing, because then you don't enjoy the views. We stopped along the way and done some sightseeing. Had lunch in a rainforest park. It was terrific. So that was a full day. Another day we did Phillip Island, which was the penguins. I'll have to put photos up of the souvenirs. I got a couple of penguins, stuffed penguins from there. But I didn't bring them down into the craft room. They're up in the room. So I'll put photos of them at the back as well. But yeah, that was terrific. We got seats on the side so that we could watch the penguins come up from the beach, and they went straight past us. You weren't allowed to take photos at that stage because the flash and the lights aggravated the penguins. So we couldn't take photos of that, but it was a great night. It was good. We had to walk a fair distance to get there, but yeah, it was great. It was good. We also went to see sea life, walked through all the what was there? There was crocodile, there was blowfish, sharks. So I've got a lot of photos of those ones to put up as well. We went to the Lego store. We took a photos of the big Lego truck they've got there. That was amazing. Hubby stood in the front, so I got a photo of him in the front of the Lego truck, so that was good. We did walk away with Lego, which we knew we would. It was just big enough to go in our suitcase. We did, when we left here, we did leave with one big bag, and we just put everything in together. It was a little bit overweight when we got there, so we had to take out some cards that we took with us and put them in our carry-on bag. But the handle broke because I think it was just too heavy. So while we were in Melbourne, we had to go and get 2 new suitcases. So we got 2 new ones. And the Lego was a big ship. Oh, it's upstairs, so I haven't got a photo of that one. It was a big ship, and we said, yeah, that'll fit. Just fitted in the suitcase, so we had to pack a few clothes around it. So luckily we had the 2 bags. If we had the big bag that we went with, there was no way that would have fitted. We wouldn't have been able to do it. But getting 2 small bags, we fitted things around it, and then we filled up the other bag so that the weight was still okay. So that was lucky. And to finish off our holiday, we went for a dinner cruise, and I've got photos of the cruise ship that we went on. That was lovely. It was good just to finish off the holiday. Just sit back and relax, nighttime, have dinner, just travelling along the river. It was wonderful. While we were there, the wind was very strong, so it did bring up a lot of pollen, a lot of sneezing, sore eyes, but I get hay fever and that as it is, so I mean, that didn't help. But there was a lot of people sneezing and coughing. So we just had to get out of the wind and go into the shops. But yeah, we just jumped on tram after tram because there's so many trams in Melbourne. So we just kept jumping on the trams, jumping off and having a look around, jump on another tram, jump off. So that was fun. So yeah, that's a bit of our holiday. Didn't want to ramble on too much. There's heaps more I could have said, but didn't want to ramble on too much. So what do I have to show you? Okay, so one of the ones we did work on before we went on holidays was Hubble Bubble Square by Heaven and Earth Designs by Lisa Parker. Now, this one, my challenge for this year was to get all these bottles done. Now, I know I'm not going to reach these challenges. A lot's happened over the year doing this, that and the other, but that's okay. Maybe I just set the bar too high. But I got 733 stitches and I'm on 22.63%. Let's show you where I've been working. Let's take this needle minder off because it's sitting right in the middle. So this is where I've been working. Pretty sure all I've done is just been working up here. So that 733 was more or less all this, pretty sure. But you'll see in the before photo anyway. So what I was doing is just trying to clear up the side and bring it up to here. So that cat is done. Doesn't it look like Tiger? I tried to have Tiger in here today. But as soon as I shut the door, that was it. He started to scratch on the door. So unfortunately, he couldn't be in here, and I'm not alone today. So one day I'll do a video where there's just me in the house. Then I can leave the door open and Tiger can be on here. So let's hope for that one. Yeah, so that wasn't bad. Getting 733. That's okay. I was happy with that one. I can only do what I can do. And, you know, with getting everything ready, making sure we've got everything we need, getting things packed, making sure everything's done here because we won't be here for a week. Yeah, I just didn't have enough time to do too much stitching. And then when we got back, the front yard was flooded. There was a problem with the pipes. So we got a plumber out thinking that the problem was our problem because it's on our property. So he went round, checked everything, checked the water meter, and the water meter wasn't running. So he goes, it's not a you problem, it's a neighbour problem. So he went and spoke to the neighbour and got that sorted. The next day the plumber was out again, next door's plumber, so it was a different plumber. Come out to assess it and fix the problem. So let's hope they get it fixed. And that way I can mow the lawn, because at the moment I can't mow it. And it's pretty long because it's too wet. It was like a swamp out there. Okay, I digressed again. The next one I'd worked on is hubby's linfox truck. Now this one's a photo that he took. And I just put it through pit to pat and made it into a chart. Now what I'm trying to do is get a lot of this dirt done. So I got a fair whack of it done actually. I got 1,844 stitches in, and that was just all in dirt. And now I'm on 14.49%. So this is where I worked. All of this is the 1844 is all in here. So all I'm doing is just picking the next random brown, because there's about, I don't know, 6-7 browns in there. Maybe even a bit more. So all I'm doing is picking one brown, taking it where it needs to go. So I'm just going to work inside this Q-snap until this is full. I think up here is nearly full. But we'll just keep going. I'll just do whatever I can in the Q-snap and see how we go on. Try and get as much dirt as I can done. We're what, nearly November. November starts in 2 days. Wow. Yeah, so we'll see how we go. There's only 8 weeks left of the year. Wow. This one is put in for Big Bash, the cricket game that I'm going to be doing, and that goes until the end of January. So I'm hoping this one, it gets a fair bit of work. I'm pretty sure I did put it in. Yes, this one, every time the Hurricanes play, this one will get brought in. So that's men's and women's games. So it should get, oh, there's 8 teams, 8 games at least. So I should get about 16 times that I stitch on it in the next few months. So I should get a fair whack of that brown done. That was the whole idea of putting that into the Big Bash game. Okay, now I have had a new start, but I cannot show you. It's a secret until next year, till after the Big Bash, and then I will show that one. But I did get 536 stitches in that one. Now, when I do show you next year, you will understand why it's a secret at the moment. Nothing I can do about that. It's just the way it is. But I have done 536 stitches. Okay, now I'm pretty sure I did show you the owls finished. But I washed it and soaked it and got all the lines out. Now it looks so much better. All I've got to do now is get a frame for it, and it's ready to go up for Christmas. But this was a stamped kit. I think it's a Joy Sunday one. This is the cover. I'm thinking it was a Joy Sunday. I had it in my stash for ages. It was done on 14 count. All the colours that they, or all the kit products. But yeah, quite happy with the way it's turned out. I just love the owls. This one looks like it's half asleep. And Merry Christmas turned out okay. Which I realised I forgot, I've still got a couple of back stitches to do, so these are hanging off, but I forgot all about that. But that's okay. That's something I can do now it's washed anyway, because it's only back stitch. So I'm pretty sure I did show you when I'd finished it in my last Flosstube, but I couldn't remember, and I hadn't watched last Flosstube back again, so I'll just show it because I have washed it anyway, so all the grid lines come out. So far so good. Every printed one I've had, the grid lines have come out. Now, back in the day when I first started stitching and that, I didn't like the printed ones. I just couldn't follow them, didn't like them at all. Now, I love them. And, well, you probably can't see, but, oh, hang on. There we go. This whole shelf is all full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cubicles going all the way down is all filled with stamped. And there is a video, a few videos back now, which will show you all the stamped ones that I have. So if you're interested, there's about 50 something there. That was in my, what was it called? Oh, don't know now. I'd have to look it up. Mustache, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, I ended up with about 50 of them. So I've got some stitching to do. The last one that I've stitched on is Durene Jones cross stitch. It's Sewer's Saying. Now this one I've just kept picking up and picking up. It was easy just to pick up it, put a few stitches in, put it down, pick it up again. So this one hasn't taken me as long as I thought. I thought this one I put on to the Big Bash game, but I don't think it's going to make it. Now the Big Bash starts on the 9th of November, and I put this one in thinking it will do well. I'll get it finished. Now this one's supposed to be Perth Scorchers, but it's nearly finished. Let's show you. Now I'll take one part of the Q-snap off, and I'll just leave it in the Q-snap because you'll still be able to see it all. Now, this one I got 4,282 stitches, and I'm on 87%. Now with these ones, normally when I get on a run, and I know it's what do you call it? Not full coverage, and it's easy just to pick up, put down, pick up, put down, then I just get on a run with it and I just go with it. And that's what I've done with this one. Now this one I have been doing since we've been back, since we left, before we left, and I've taken it upstairs and do it upstairs because I've just put a few colours that I need in the bag, and away we go. So this is what this one's looking like now. I'm pretty sure I only had Rainbow, Happy, and It's a Happiness, and maybe a bit of this tape going up. So what I've done is I've finished all the tape going up. I've put the love heart in the top. I've put a few buttons in. This one here is a thimble, so I've got to do a lot of back stitching yet. Pair of scissors, I got that in. Another button. Another bit of a tape, which is what I finished last night. Some more buttons along the way. We do have a bobby pin, or a safety pin, whichever way you want to call it. This one's got a blue top. I used to use them for the baby nappies. Back in the day when you had cloth nappies. That's going back a few years. Yeah, some people might remember them. This one is a needle threader. Like I said, once I put the back stitching in, it will pop. Got a couple of skeins of green green cotton. Then I've put the pin cushion in. I've just got to put the pins in, do all the back stitch. This one here is it's like a needle book. So that's what I was working on last night, the pin cushion and the needle book. And then it's just got 2 spools of cotton here. So hopefully next time you see this one, it will be finished with the back stitch and all. So here's hoping. But yeah, got more than what I thought I'd do on this. 4,282, that's not bad. And this is done on a 25 count Lugana, 2/2. And it's just a lovely colour. It's Autumn Carnival, Colour Cascades fabric. So this one will be a finish. This one I'm hoping to put on the craft room door or warehouse door. Just not sure how I'm going to put it on there yet, because I don't fancy putting a nail through the door. So I'm not sure yet, but if I've got to put a nail through the door, then so be it. That's what I'll do. So I'm really enjoying that one. I have to go out and do a few things today, but when I get home, no doubt I'll be picking this one up, because this one will be a finished definitely this week. Back stitching and all. So it's not too bad. I will take it upstairs with me and do more upstairs as well. Another thing that I have been dabbling with, it's not cross stitch, it's diamond painting. Now it's a tissue box. I found this on Temu, and I've always got a box of tissues, as you can see over there. Now you can't get a nice colourful box. It's just an ordinary box. So what I found on Temu is a tiger. Now this one is done. I've just left the paper on so that it doesn't dry out before I'm ready to put it all together. So this is a tissue box. It just clips together, and then there's little, I think they're here, little bands to put around these pieces to keep it together. That's what I think they're for anyway. So I've done one of the sides, and then I've done an end, and yeah, tiger, I couldn't resist it. It just popped up on my page. I didn't even look for it. I've done the other end. So I've got the 2 ends, whoop, and one side done. What a catch. So I still have the other side to go. The top part. So the tissues are going to come through his eyes. But yeah, it should be good to put together. And this is the base. Isn't it gorgeous? Couldn't resist it, being a tiger. And I like doing tigers. So I thought that would look nice sitting on my craft table, instead of having a box like that with nothing. Yeah, it's just easy. You just take the bottom off, put a new box of tissues in, and put the bottom back on. So that would be fun to finish and get it done. So in total, I worked on the 4 whips, including the secret one that I can't show you. Now I still got 7,395 stitches. So that was a shock. I honestly didn't think I would get that much done. So quite pleased with that. Okay, so what I'm going to be working on now, we've got what oh, just over a week. Yeah, so it won't be long until Big Bash starts. Now, Big Bash, that starts on the 9th of November. The ladies start playing. Now, I have talked about this in a video a bit further backwards. So, backwards. Me and words today. A bit further back in my videos. It'll say Big Bash or plans. I think it says Big Bash game. Yeah, so that starts on the 9th, which is a Sunday. And I'm going to be starting it as well. And whoever wants to join, you are more than welcome. Now, the games start on Sunday. On the 9th of November, we have 3 games that are going to be played. We have Brisbane Heat, Melbourne Renegades, and then we've got Sydney Thunder and Hobart Hurricanes, Perth Scorchers and Sydney Sixers. Now, they're all playing on the Sunday. Now, Monday, for anyone that doesn't watch the games but still wants to stitch along, on the Monday I will post all the scores on the group page. So that way you know who won, what their score was, what their wickets were, and that way if you want to stitch along you can. Now, the way I'm doing it, for each run, now I'm doing both teams, so the first day is going to be a full-on day. So I might be a day behind with my stitching as well. So we will see, but depends whether I can stitch on the Sunday. Now, for each run, I'm doing 1 stitch. So if they get 200 runs, 200 stitches, easy. That's being done on a different project for each team, which I will say them in a minute. Now, each wicket that is taken, I'm doing 10 stitches. So if 7 wickets get taken, that's 70 stitches. Now, all my wickets that are taken are all going to be done on Toy Shop. So Toy Shop will get worked on every single day. Might only be 70 stitches, might only be, well, the 70 stitches will be for one team, say. And the other team might get 10 wickets. So there's 100 stitches. So that'll be 170 stitches for that one game. So it's going to get, over time, because they play until the 25th of January, over that time, that's going to get a fair whack in. So I'm going to take photos of all these projects before I start the Big Bash, and then when I finish the Big Bash, and that way we can see the difference. Now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8 teams in the ladies and 8 teams in the men. They're all the same, just different players. So for Adelaide Strikers, I'm going to be stitching on Merry Mischief. So every time Adelaide Strikers play, say they get 150 runs, I'll be doing 150 stitches on Merry Mischief. So it's not going to be too bad. Every time Brisbane Heat play, I'll be stitching on Sewing Cats. So I should get a fair chunk of that done. Hobart Hurricanes is linfox truck. So that will be a lot of the dirt done. Melbourne Renegades is breaking free. So we'll see how far up we can get on the snow globe. Melbourne Stars is Christmas Band. So I want to try and get the Christmas Band finished in the Big Bash League games. Perth Scorchers is Sewing Sayings. Well, that one might not even reach the Big Bash. So I've got to find another one to put in that place. So I haven't, as yet, I haven't decided what one I'm going to put in. So I've got a week to do that. Sydney Sixers is the mugs, the mug sow. That I'm going to be working on next week as well. I want to try and get as much done into that. Now, when that one is finished, which should be finished, I've only got 4 more to do, or 3.5. So that should be finished this year as well. So when that one's finished, Hubble Bubble will come in and take place of that one. And Sydney Thunder, I'm doing the little tiger. So won't be a finish, but it should get a fair chunk of change in. Like I said, the first games on the 9th of November, there's 3 games. So I'll be stitching on 6 different projects. So Brisbane Heat, I'll be stitching on Sewing Cats, Renegades. Sewing Cats and Breaking Free is my first game. Thunder and Hurricanes. And then the second game is Tiger and Linfox Truck, Scorchers and Sixers. And then I'll be stitching on the Mug Sow and whatever I put in for Sewing Sayings. Yeah, no, I haven't decided what to put in for Sewing Sayings. So that's my first lot of, and Toy Shop for all the wickets. Well, looking at my list for next year, for my plans, I've got 14 whips plus 6 new starts. Well, I'm going to have to change 2 of them because, oh no, I don't have sewing sayings in there. That was all right then. But I have the owl in there, so I've got to put another one in place of the owl. So, no, the one that will be in place of the owl will be the new start that I have this year. So that one will go in there. So that one's okay. That's taken place. I didn't put sewing sayings in there, and I didn't put the mug sale in. So them 2 have to be finished this year. Or I've got until January the 25th. To finish them before I start all my actual plans for my 60th. Because I'm doing 14 whips, 14 existing whips, 6 new starts, and 6,000 stitches on every whip. That's the plan. If you don't know, then I might as well just tell you while I've got the list here. We might as well waffle on a little bit more, seeing as I've got nothing to show you. The whips that I'm taking through for next year, for the 14 whips, is Toy Shop, of course, Breaking Free, Linfox Truck, Animal Kingdom, Hubble Bubble. I'm taking through one of the chatelaines, the Fairy Garden chatelaine. So I should get that, I won't say I'll get it finished, but I should get a fair chunk in there. And Rusty Cauldron, because I want to try and get some more on that one done. Taking through the Little Tiger, so that should be a finish for next year. Hubby Bruce on our wedding day. Sewing Cats, that'll be a finish next year. Merry Mischief. Florentine, the Mirabilia. So hoping to get a fair chunk on that one done. Oh, I nearly said it then. My Secret Start. And the Christmas Band Sampler. And the new whips that I'm going to be starting, I have 4 stamped ones actually. So it's a stamped Princess, which I'm doing for our granddaughter. I have a London stamped. These are fairly big ones, but not too big. And a White Tiger stamped. I'm also going to be starting the Rainbow Sampler, which is to go with the Christmas Sampler. A Dragon, which is another stamped, which I'm doing along with Nessa. And going to start on the Disney ones. Now, the Disney ones, I have one out of a packet, yes. I get the Disney cross-stitch magazines. I get them every week. And they've just started doing the alphabet. So I thought I might do the alphabet. Because by the time, I mean, I've got up to K at the moment. But by the time I get through them, the others will be out. So I know they're coming. Because I've got so many of these. I'm up to 225. And I haven't stitched anything out of them yet. Even these little Tinkerbells. They're cute. So I thought I'd do the alphabet. And I was going to do them all on one. See, there's the G. So they're fairly big. Oh, it's 60 by 50, so it's not really that big. It's just the pattern's big. Finished size is 8.2 centimetres by 10 centimetres. That's doing it on a 14 count. Now, I'm going to do it on... I've got a heap of 25 counts. I'm thinking of doing them on 25 count. And then putting them all together when it's finished. I was going to do it on one big piece, but I'm not sure how big the piece is because these are all different sizes. If they were all the one size, I could work it out. But, I mean, that big G is 8.2 by 10 centimetres. And then the little G is 7.8 by 10.7 centimetres when it's done. So, I was thinking about doing them all separate. The way they've got them there, like that's the big H. That's a little eye. And putting them all together. Putting them all together on separate pieces and then putting material in between and making it, I don't know, it could be a wall hanging, or I could do it somehow so that, you know, like you use the flashcards for kids to help them learn things. Well, you could do that. Put them on a board, or somehow mount them on some whiteboard, and then they can just use them as a flashcard. But then I was thinking, well, they're going to lose them doing it that way. So even if I put them all together and make it a throw blanket, and they're all Disney, so right in the center I could put Disney, or I could put Disney around it when I put it all together. I'm not sure, but that's what I was thinking, is doing them all separate. I think that would look quite nice and something different. But then, and going through all these books, you do have a lot of collages like that with all Disney people. And Toy Story and all that sort of thing. So I could even do all them. I think there's 12 of them. So I could start doing them as well. So Disney is quite open. Anything from the Disney books. Because I thought, well, I've got the books. I may as well use them. Otherwise, they're just sitting there. I'm buying them. I may as well stitch out of them. So that's why I put Disney in this year. Well, next year. Yeah, so between now and when Big Bash starts, I'm going to finish sewing sayings. I'm going to do some more on the mug sale, which I'm not sure where that is at the moment. I think I've got three full ones and a half one to go, so I'll do some on that, and then probably do some of the band sampler. So that's what you will see, and then you'll see the start of Big Bash when I do my next Flosstube. Big Bash would have started. So all you are going to see once Big Bash starts are the 9 whips that I'll be working on. So every fortnight you'll be seeing the 9 whips. So I hope that doesn't get too boring, and I hope you still come back for them. But I should get a lot of progress into them, because with only having 8 teams, they're going to play a few times. I mean, they might play 8 times. And that's just in the women's. And then you've got the men's game. So it's going to get a fair whack of work onto them. So if you want to join the Big Bash, it starts on the 9th. I will post the scores. So if you don't want to watch the game, or you don't really like cricket, but you want to do the stitching for it, that's fine. I'll post all the scores on the Fun with Cross Stitch group, so you'll be able to see them there. So if you're not in the group and you want to follow along with cricket, join up to the group, and that way you'll get all the results. Or you can just watch them and go from there. You can make it your own. You can follow what I'm doing. That's fine. Nessa's doing it as well. She's only doing the winning team because she's still doing gridiron grind as well. But I don't know nothing about gridiron, so that one didn't interest me at the moment. So I thought, well, Big Bash, I love watching cricket. So that was my go-to for this one. And so many people are doing so many others. You've got a bake-off one. You've got a Monopoly one. There's so many. Big Brother is a game as well out there. There is so many games. So many people are doing different things with the shows that they watch. There is one that I've just heard about too. It's Flosstubers. Every time someone puts out a floss tube, someone works on that on a certain whip. If they put out an extra one, then they've got to do extra sewing on that whip. So it's endless. You can make it your own. Well, I think I've waffled on enough. Actually, this video is at the moment 40 minutes long, which, considering I only had 4 whips to show you, I've done well. I will put in a lot of photos at the end after this. For anyone that's interested, I hope you enjoy watching them. Yeah, I will see you in 2 weeks, just after Big Bash starts. Back to my normal, regular Wednesday fortnight floss tubes. Unless anything pops up, then I'll just do it a little bit earlier, but we're all good. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy the photos that I put up. If you haven't subscribed and you like my channel, please subscribe, hit the little bell, and then you'll know when I put up the next video. We're going, as soon as we reach 2,000 subscribers, we're on 1,900 now. As soon as we reach 2,000 subscribers, I will be putting up a giveaway. So that will be interesting. Look out for that. I'll be putting up a few for 2,000. It's nearly my Flossiversary coming up in November. So I'll be doing a giveaway for that one as well. Well, that's it for me, guys. I have got to go and get this edited. I've got to go up the shop so it will load. I go out, as soon as I get it edited and ready to go, I go out to the shops, do what I got to do, and by the time I'm at the shops, this is already loaded. If I stay home, it won't be loaded until tomorrow morning. So it's a good excuse to go to the shops, isn't it? It works every time. Okay, that's it for me, guys. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.